Hello and welcome to today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video. Now in the YouTube thumbnail you'll see that I've put will the market be manipulated this week. So I'm going to explain my logic behind that, plus I'll give my market analysis for this week right now for the general market, after which we'll cover the three stocks which I want to cover: Reliance, IndusInd Bank and Mphasis. Now the reason I've put that wording in the thumbnail is if you have been trading the markets for the past 1 to 1.5 months, whether you entered the Nifty, whether you did the BANKNIFTY, whether you did the big names like Reliance, HDFC Bank, all from 13th May have not gotten out of the box range. Now I've always stated that it is very hard to manipulate the indexes to go up or down in a trending direction because there's simply too much volume. However, it is very easy to make the market stay stagnant, as we have been seeing. Now the reason I am saying that is if you open the chart of the Nifty, for example, and put Reliance beside it, and you open the chart of BANKNIFTY and put HDFC Bank beside it, so basically a 4-chart layout with these four names, you will see that whenever the Nifty in intraday, you can put it on a 15-minute, 30-minute, any time frame. You don't even need to choose only one time frame it's occurring. So whenever the Nifty wants to fall, at that moment Reliance will have an upwards move. Whenever the Nifty wants to rise, Reliance will have a downward move. Whenever HDFC Bank, basically HDFC Bank and Reliance have sort of guided the market and held it within this zone. So that is the reason I'm giving that statement, because according to me, we will only manage to get out of this range when Reliance Industries and HDFC Bank plus a little bit of Kotak Mahindra is allowed to get out of their box ranges. This is let's say Reliance Industries has an extremely heavy weightage in the Nifty, and that ensures that if Reliance Industries is kept in a box range, the Nifty is going to largely stay in a box range, even though you can see, like you take an example of Adani Group, the stocks have been moving a bit wider than the box range, which is these ones, but they're not causing a shake-up like we should be. So now the big question is, on Monday's trading session, will the market respond to the Israel-Iran-US issue? Plus, will it also respond to the fact that oil prices might have a big spike if the Strait of Hormuz closes? This is as right now, as of when I'm recording this video, the news which is out is: number one, US dropped bunker buster bombs on Iran. Iran has bombed the hell out of Israel today. Then Iran has said they're going to be attacking US military bases and US naval ships. The Houthis have said it. The Yemeni have said it. So now the big thing to watch will be, if tonight that happens, then it's going to sort of be an all-out war. Then also I've seen the Iranian foreign minister is going to meet Putin. So it shows that Russia might be wanting to actually now get involved in the whole picture. Plus North Korea and so Russia and all have said that yes, there will be countries in North Korea, for example, willing to sell nukes to Iran. So that's another thing. So there's a lot of news which has come in the mix. So I'm finding it very hard to believe that this coming week the big boys managing Reliance Industries or HDFC Bank will be able to continue letting the indexes stay within this range. This is as when we look at it, whether it was the India-Pakistan war, which happened for a few days, or it's the Israel-Iran conflict which started, the Fed rate cut not being there. These are all news that would have triggered a down move in a general market. You can open when the Russia-Ukraine war started. Just check the date and open it on the charts, and you'll see the price reaction. Our markets, which happened, we literally tumbled for a week constantly, right? So that is what would have happened if these two stocks did not get managed. So according to me, in my trading opinion, I believe if the Nifty breaks below 24,680 roughly, we will be going down for a spin, but it has to be supported by Reliance Industries breaking its support, which I'm going to highlight now, plus HDFC Bank also breaking its support. HDFC Bank is, since it's a box range, you can, on Monday last week I released the YouTube short, you can just check that video and it's covered there. So if we break those levels, then the broader market will have to go down and we'll have to start reacting to this new reality of, yes, Strait of Hormuz might close. And also everyone who is trading better keep a watch, especially on tonight's news cycle, as if the US military bases are attacked, there's going to come an all-out war, which might just spiral out of control into something much bigger, which nobody wants, but can happen. So that's it on the broader market front. Now let's take a look at Reliance Industries, then I'll take a look at Mphasis, then I'll take a look at IndusInd Bank. Now coming to Reliance Industries, I'll plop the levels on. Now I've kept one of the levels in blue. This is, if you look at last Sunday's video, when I covered Reliance, I'd given this as an upside target. We have nearly met it. I had said that this is the box range really resistance. I'd given one line below it, which was the technical resistance in terms of price bars, but this was the quant resistance level. Now we nearly touched it on Friday. Now, what is my point of view? Now, according to me, as long as Reliance Industries trades between 1474 and 1430, we are not going to go anywhere. Plus, also as long as it trades between 1474 and 1400, we are also not going to go anywhere. This is the two box ranges right now in Reliance. One is the smaller box range and one is the bigger box range. So my trading plan is pretty simple. I already hold CE cells in Reliance Industries, so I am already shorting it. But if Reliance Industries manages to break 1430, since we are now approaching the monthly expiry, I will then sell fresh calls very aggressively above 1430 with a target of 1400 first. If it breaks 1400, then you can literally go and even sell next month's calls of, let's say, 1430 and above. Why I'm not saying 1400 and above? Because you want a bit of a buffer and you're entering very early, so decay is not, let's say if you're under July options now, decay is not going to start spiking up like this. It's going to be sort of like this, right? So you want to have some buffer before it does. Now that's my positional trading plan. What's my day trading plan? Now my day trading plan, let's drop to the hourly chart. Now on the day trading front, according to me, if Reliance Industries takes out this price bar of mine, 1453, then it's a shot towards 1430. 1430 is a very strong support. As you can see, it has held here, and it is basically in the intraday time frame proved itself. So if this breaks, then it's a very big shot to 1400. However, Reliance Industries, if you are trading it on the short side, you're going to have to pay attention to one thing. These days, all moves on the short side are getting butchered, because all of a sudden an up move comes in intraday and takes you out completely of your position. So you're going to have to keep very tight cost stops, very tight low stop losses, very tight profit stops once you're making money, because the market is such that it's not sparing anyone. So again, to reiterate, between 1400 and 1474 box range, if it breaks 1430, the support in between, it goes to 1400. If it breaks 1474, it goes to 1486 and 1502. If it breaks 1474, I'll be really surprised, because all the news right now supports it only going down. And on the other hand, if it breaks 1400 also, 1372 is the okay support, but the real support will be 1342, 1350. So that's on Reliance. And now let's take a look at Mphasis. Now Mphasis has sort of, if you look at it, buckled the trend of a lot of the IT companies. The IT companies have done better than they've been doing from a long time in the past 2 weeks, but most of them have been in a very tight box range, sort of like Reliance or HDFC Bank has been. However, Mphasis has had a sort of slow climb here and then entered the box range. Now what is my trading plan for Mphasis? Now according to me, between 2730 and 2575, Mphasis is not going anywhere. You will only get a positional trade on the upside if it breaks 2730 for a target of 2822. On the other hand, positional trade if it breaks 2575 for a shot to 2405 to 2450. Now Mphasis, I also hold CE cells. They're June ones, so this coming week is going to be very important for them. So if it stays within this zone, then we can expect a neutral expiry, nothing big profits or not a big loss, because it's range bound, right? Depending on where it closes, which price point it closes, what's your break-even price and everything on the option you've put. However, if it breaks 2575, then CE sellers will get a very good kick, as it will give them a very good profit. Now, as the market is what it is right now, tomorrow morning the open is going to be very important, and then the first hour close is going to be very important. So that's my view on Mphasis. Breaks 2575, short to here. Breaks 2730, long to there. But I won't trade the long side, because how do you trade the long side with so much negative news in the market? Does not make sense to me. So I'll stick to what makes sense to me as of now. Next, we'll take a look at IndusInd Bank. Now, IndusInd Bank is a stock I have zoomed in because of how it is. Now, IndusInd Bank is a stock that has defied all logic, if you look at it in a bigger picture. Number one, it has had so many financial scams in the past few months. Its board of directors have been implicated, its CEO has been implicated, everybody around it has been implicated. However, last week IndusInd Bank got saved. It was starting its decline, if you see. However, it got saved at that support. If you look at this big price, white price bar, Nomura released a buy report, which I don't know which most of these guys follow fundamentals. Which fundamental analyst thought IndusInd with all these problems is a buy? The guy should be checked up here for something. But now IndusInd between 800 and 867 to 878 is not going to go anywhere. So the only trade you're going to get in IndusInd is it breaks 800 or it breaks above that. Likelihood of it breaking above that with this market news conditions and all that has gone on in this, I think is slim. So I'm looking at more of the short side, and I also hold CE cells in it. If it breaks 800, then we're going to get a big move. If it does not break 800, we're just going to keep moving the box range like we've been doing from a long time. This is, if you look at IndusInd, this is when roughly one of the big scandals came out. This was another time. It has not really gone down after that. Compared to what trouble it has, you would have expected the stock to have a complete dive, but it is not. But I believe that is largely, it has very strong promoters who have got the money to back it up. So my trade plan is pretty simple for IndusInd. Break 800, short to 760 or 772. On option buy, on also my CE cells will benefit. If it stays below this, then this is more of an option sell stock, as it will just be range bound. So you can sort of sell the range, but I don't have the guts to sell puts, so I'm only selling calls, and I've already got them. So that's it for these three stocks. I've shared my view, and according to me, we will have to see how the market opens tomorrow, and whether, if there's a gap down, does it sustain the first hour, plus how it does in the last hour of the day. Because these days, when we look at the market, either in the first hour or the last hour is when the real sudden move comes against what looks like should be the certain path. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell. Thank you.